Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarly TV. It's part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium Singles ladder. And here today we have another new team featuring a few unique Pokemon. Honestly, I kind of just, if I'm being honest, I threw this team together. I was looking through my boxes at things that I haven't really tried or featured too much in the meta. And I kind of settled on Thundurus, which is a Pokemon I really like. I've always thought this Pokemon was really cool ever since Black and White. And I wanted to try something unique with it. So as you'll see here, this Pokemon, it has Bulk Up. It's basically a physically defensive setup Thundurus. And the goal is to set up a bunch of Bulk Ups and then just, kill the opponent with like Supercell Slam or Terra Blast. I'm Terra Water, and Water complements Electric pretty nicely as far as coverage, and it's also a really good defensive typing. And then I have Bulk Up, which boosts my attack and defense at speed or at priority because I have Prankster. And then I also have Charge, which boosts my special defense and also boosts the power of my Electric type moves, or the next Electric move at least. So basically I can set up like all of my defensive stats with priority, tank hits pretty well, hopefully, and then do a lot of damage with Supercell Slam or Terra Blast if I need to. So we're going to try this out, and obviously as I keep saying in these videos, the season is almost ending, and starting in May we will have Regulation G with the legendary Pokemon, so these Pokemon are running out of time to be used basically. So let's try this out. And then from there, I just kind of like threw together some Pokemon that I felt could complement it really well. The first Pokemon that I thought of was Incineroar, because Incineroar has been just great for me, and it's a really good Pokemon at helping support other Pokemon because it can, lower the enemy's stats, which makes it easier for Thundurus to come in and set up its moves and get some kills and stuff like that. Whimsicott is another one that I've been liking lately. This is the set that I've been using thanks to that one Japanese team that I played, because it's it's actually a really good Pokemon in the meta. It's pretty tanky, good defensive stats, and then good typing. And once again, it also has Prankster, so it can kind of mess with the opponent. And then it also has Memento, so that helps set up for Thundurus as well. And then I have another Pokemon that I wanted to set up with. I have used this Pokemon in the past. This is my Snorlax, which is a Pokemon I've loved since Gen 4, so it's been a favorite of mine for a while. And once again, with like Incineroar and Whimsicott supporting it, I feel like it could be a lot easier for Snorlax to set up as well. It's also a pretty good typing. Regular normal type is pretty good right now, with Flutter Mane being so good. Of course, we do have strong fighting types such as Urshifu, who are also very good, but if you can play around it accordingly, this can be a really strong Pokemon. And then I also have Urshifu myself. This is another Pokemon that, I know it's really good. It's one of the best Pokemon in the game at the moment. I haven't really played it much myself, though. This is a bulky Urshifu as well. Hopefully I don't regret that, because I have so many bulky, slow Pokemon. I just don't really have any speed on this team, but the goal is not to, like, outspeed the enemy. It's to, survive hits and set up and then just finish the game. And then finally, I wanted some Stealth Rock, so I threw on my Mamoswine that I've used in the past. This is another favorite of mine in Battle Stadium Singles. So this is like a good celebration of some of my favorite sets. And Stealth Rock with Focus Sash. The goal is just set up Stealth Rock and then survive a hit and just get off a lot of damage. And sometimes, instead of clicking Stealth Rock, we just click Earthquake and do massive damage. So there's the team. I didn't make a team code just because I just made a team in the previous video with the team code, but if you are interested, please let me know in the comments and I will go ahead and make a team code if enough people want one. Honestly, if more than one people comment and say that they want a team code for this, I will make one and I'll post it in the comments as well. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in a team code. I know it's just a bunch of kind of random Pokemon, but they look like fun and we are going to try it out. Cool, we have battle number 1. I actually ended up switching out the item for Thundurus because I realized that I had 2 citrus berries, and I preferred it on Incineroar, so hopefully that ends up being a good play. I thought about leftovers, but I don't know, leftovers is not as good as these berries, but anyway. They have an interesting team. They have a lot of bulk. They do have Flutter Mane. They also have Iron Treads, which is not super common. Of course, they have Dondozo, who I don't love seeing, but maybe the fact that I have Thundurus will scare away the Dondozo. Oh wow, I also realize I have a lot of physical attackers. Oh man, I'm so bad at building teams, but it's fun. I think Urshifu's okay here. And I think I will just lead with it. We're showing off Thundurus, so I think I want to bring that as well. And then because we're bringing Thundurus, I feel like we want to help it set up. So I think Whimsicott could be good. The thing is, I'm expecting them to possibly lead with Iron Tread, but Dragapult is another option for their lead. And if they lead with Dragapult, I mean, honestly, if they bring Dragapult at all, that could be a problem for me. So I'm going to change that actually. Let's go Incineroar first, and then Thundurus, and then I think Urshifu's still a good option here. So the reason I changed it there is just because I think Incineroar is fine against Iron Treads and Dragapult. So kind of whichever of them they lead with, I think Incineroar has a decent matchup. Obviously Incineroar is weak to ground from Iron Treads, but we should be able to survive a hit even if they go for like Earthquake. We could just switch right away, or we could go for like Will-O-Wisp or Parting Shot. They do lead with this. I could even just Flare Blitz just to kind of like get off a lot of damage, and even if Incineroar goes down, that should be fine. If they have Dondozo in the back, I'm in a lot of trouble. Flare Blitz does a lot of damage. They might just Stealth Rock here, which I also don't like, but I'm going to Flare Blitz. I think it's fine. They go Knockoff, which we absolutely survive extremely well. We do lose the Citrus Berry, which is pretty important. Like, that's a great item for us, so the fact that we lose it here is pretty rough, but we're able to get off a ton of damage with the Flare Blitz. And now... Huh. I'm gonna knock off. I feel like they're just gonna set up rocks. Oh, they Earthquake, okay. That's fine either way. I do still survive it because I'm so tanky and they're at -1. The reason I went knockoff is just in case they switched, which I didn't think they would, but mainly so that I don't get the recoil from Flare Blitz. They had Assault Vest, interesting. All right, so now my Incineroar is kind of useless. You know, it doesn't have the Citrus Berry anymore. It's really low on health. It's slower than pretty much everything my opponent probably has. They go Dragapult now. I guess by staying in, I can kind of scout what they're going to do. So I'm just going to knock off. If they like set up a Dragon Dance or something, I might just kill them. But if they go for like Dragon Darts or, I don't know, Draco Meteor or even Shadow Ball, like I think we're fine. So they U-turn. And I survived that. That's insane. Incineroar is so good. I say it every single video, but I think Incineroar is one of my favorite Pokemon right now in Battle Stadium singles. It's just so good. They go Dondozo. Okay, this is actually great for us because we can knock off an item just to see what they were going to do. It's probably Rocky Helmet. Leftovers. Oh, that's helpful, actually. I mean, the fact that they have Dondozo here is really rough, though. But I don't know if they're gonna have rest, so I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp here, because getting residual damage on Dondozo can be amazing for us. We just gotta hope that they do not have rest. We'll see what they have though. They go Liquidation, sure. Usually they have like Liquidation, maybe Fissure. I do think it's honestly pretty common for them to have rest, so that is a problem for us. Of course, they have Unaware as well, which is actually rough for our Thundurus. Oh man, this is gonna look really weird, but here's what I'm gonna do. This might be kind of dumb. I'm gonna go into Thundurus and try to force out either the Terra or the Switch, and I'm gonna switch out because I don't want to reveal. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't want to reveal that I'm a physically offensive Thundurus just yet. I kind of just want to scare them. The thing is, the honest truth is I actually just, especially if they Terra, if they're like Terra Grass, I'm in a lot of trouble here. Oh, they Yawn, okay. That's actually really bad as well. Yawn, Liquidation. I don't know their other two moves. I'm really hoping it's not, Really hoping it's not... What am I trying to say? Rest. If they don't have rest, I think we actually have a fine matchup here at this point. I'm thinking of whether to Drain Punch or Surging Strikes. I could Terra and Surging Strikes, which will do a little more damage. Of course, they resist it, but I feel like that'll do more damage than Drain Punch, but I'm going to Drain Punch here just to scout. Doesn't do much. They're probably going to Yawn again. The thing is, like, Yawn spam from them is actually bad, especially if they don't have rest. Because if I could just switch back and forth between my two Pokemon and they're just racking up burn damage every turn. But, of course, that, you know, ends up working out for them. The minute they reveal rest, I think I lose the game, especially if they're Terra Grass. If they're Terra Grass with rest, I do not think I can win at all. They do have Fissure. They reveal Fissure. Okay. Good to know. Fissure, Liquidation, Yawn. Still don't know that last move. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I could just go into Thundurus, right? Okay. Sigh of relief. Do I try to wake up again? I'm gonna try it. I'm scared, everyone. Yes, we woke up. So if they just Fissure again now, even if they kill me, they die as well, which is great. And they don't kill me. Perfect. That's what you get for running Fissure, dude. I hate seeing opponents that run Fissure. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and Ice Punch just in case they go into Dragapult. Or in case they Terra, which, I mean, if they Terra, it doesn't matter, because even if they're Terra Water... Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Even if they're, like, Terra... Well, whatever. Either way, even if they resist Ice Punch, they're going to die to it. They go into Dragapult. If they're just, like, Choice Band or Choice Scarf... Well, I mean, if they're Choice Band, this could be scary, but... I click Ice Punch now. They could Terra. Oh, God, this is actually really scary, because they could still beat my Thundurus... I am bulky, though, so if they're just physical Dragapult, which I believe is probably the case, we should be fine. They're probably just going to spam Dragon Darts now. Terra Dragon. Oh, and I just realized, too, with Thundurus, we survived that, which is actually extremely good for us. I was going to say, with Thundurus, I only have an Electric and a Water move, which they resist because they're Dragon, but luckily for me, this works out. I think now I'm just going to Terra and Aqua Jet just to do as much damage as possible before I die. I might even just knock them out here because Urshifu's so good. But even if I don't knock them out, like, at this point, Thundurus, I think, just wins, right? Well, first of all, I need to survive a Dragon Darts with Thundurus, so we got to hope for that. But I think this might even just kill, right? Nice. Oh, God. That's such a sigh of relief, because they actually had a team that was really good against mine. They didn't know it, but Thundurus was basically useless in this battle. But it looked threatening. That's what it did. It sat there with its arms crossed, and it looked like a huge threat. So, yeah, that was a great win. I'm so happy with that. And if I'm being honest, I kind of feel like I played all right. I mean, the play with Thundurus, like switching out to not reveal my set that early, actually helped a lot because, you know... I mean, I got lucky that they missed 2 Fissures, but like, again, if you're running Fissure, you're kind of asking to miss a lot of the time. So I'm just proud of that one. So get a W game 1 against a pretty solid team too. They were scary. We kind of showed off Thundurus. Like, it's just hilarious that Thundurus simply just sat there and stared at them and scared them. And that's all he did. He didn't use any attacks. Let's try game 2. Game number 2. First thing I noticed is my opponent's team, at the very least, doesn't look extremely bulky, which is good. However, they are still pretty scary, of course. Thundurus actually looks solid here. Its coverage looks good, though they do have a couple Pokemon that resist Electric. I actually maybe want to lead with Swine, with Mamoswine. Worst case scenario, though, is they lead with... Urshifu, Water Urshifu with Surging Strike. That's awful if they do. Oh, man. What about Whimsicott? I mean, Whimsicott's good against Water Urshifu, and honestly, that's about it. All of the Pokemon on their team have like a super effective move for Whimsicott, and then Fluttermane's just good against it in general, so I don't want to bring Whimsicott. Urshifu's decent here. Urshifu's actually pretty good, so I think I want to bring that. my Snorlax, which I lovingly named Cheesecake, I think it's just too slow. Like, they have Flutter Mane, but I feel like most everything else is really good against my Snorlax. So I like Urshifu. I do like Thundurus. And then from there, I think I actually want, I think Incineroar. I'm just not really sure what they want to lead with. I do want to lead, or I do want to bring Mamoswine, but they have a few Pokemon that are really good against it. I would say Baxcalibur's solid against it. Scizzor's solid against it, and then their Urshifu, assuming it is Water Urshifu, is very, very good against it. So, like, I just think that's a little bit too much of a risk. And with Mamoswine, usually the way it goes is, like, we either go Stealth Rock or Earthquake turn 1, and then we pretty much die the following turn, maybe get off an Ice Shard. So it just feels like I'm losing my Pokemon too early, and their team has so many offensive threats that, like, if I'm down a Pokemon against them, I feel like it's easier for them to, like, win at that point. We go round 1 against Ogerpon, which is great for me because I resist pretty much all of Ogerpon's moves unless they have Rock Tomb. I could knock off, that's just for a little bit of damage though. I could Parting Shot to get in something else because they might switch. Or I could Flare Blitz. How's their team against Blitz? Their team's weak against Flare Blitz. I'm gonna go for it. It's also neutral against them. They knock me off. That sounds weird. That sounds really weird. I was gonna say they knock off me, but that also sounds weird for different reasons. That sounds like incorrect weird, whereas knock me off sounds dirty weird. Now the secret's out though that I'm going for Flare Blitz. If they go into Baxcalibur, they could get a boost, but they also take damage that way. So, oh, they Spike Shield. Yikes. Okay, that's painful. I think this kind of reveals, though, that they just don't really have much for my Incineroar, though, which, yeah. I was going to say how much I love Incineroar, but I feel like I'm getting annoying with that because I always say it, but it's just so good, dude. So Flare Blitz, if they stay in, they're dead. If they switch out, they're also possibly dead. Like, Incineroar is really putting in the work on their team. They could go into Water Urshifu, but even that will take some decent damage, I think, from a Flare Blitz. Possibly get burned as well. They just Terra. Okay, cool. So we annoy them so much here that we get their Terra early on. This is actually really bad for them unless they reveal Rock Tomb or Play Rough. Because again, I should survive any hit that they go for and then get off some decent damage with Flare Blitz. Oh, I forgot they get the attack boost. That's also pretty important. Cudgel. I should live this unless they get a crit. I'm kind of scared now. Yeah, we do. We live that pretty nicely. Flare Blitz, let's see how much it does. Yeah, good chunk of damage there. Now we just stay in, like, really. I am gonna... is it worth it to Parting Shot? Because I feel like they're just gonna Spiky Shield, right? Which is kind of a waste of time. Parting Shot. Yeah, they Spiky Shield. Does Parting Shot still work? Because I think Spiky Shield only protects from damage. Oh, they do get... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Either way would be fine, I think. I'm probably dead anyway, but it was worth it to try. Like, it's worth it to stay in and go for Flare Blitz here. Like, we could preserve Incineroar because we have Intimidate, but, like, it would be way better if we had Intimidate plus our Citrus Berry. If we somehow miraculously survive this, they are dead. Okay, I thought it was gonna... For a second, I was looking at that health bar, and it looked like it might stop, but anyway, GG's. I mean, that was a good showing for Incineroar. We got their Terra right away. I don't think we want to use Thundurus just yet. Let's go Urshifu. The problem with going Urshifu, which is not a huge problem, but it's something, is they know we're just going to, like, Aqua Jet, so they're probably just going to go ahead and Spiky Shield, which means we take damage, but there's nothing we can do around that. Like, nothing we can do to stop that or anything. Wow, okay. You know, maybe they were actually afraid that I would predict the Spiky Shield and go for Swords Dance. That's probably what happened there, but unbeknownst to them, I don't even have Swords Dance. I have all attacking moves, so had they gone Spiky Shield, they would have gotten some free damage, but, you know, we're down... Now each of my opponent, or both me and my opponent have 2 Pokemon left, but luckily I've already got their Terra. They go Flutter Mane, and let's take a look here. It actually seems good to Terra Urshifu here, but the problem is if their last Pokemon is Baxcalibur, then that's a huge mistake, because then Thundurus is going to struggle against Baxcalibur. I don't think Jet kills them. Reason to Terra here is it basically guarantees the kill, but also defensively it means that we don't take super effective damage from Moonblast. This is a scary situation though, because if their last Pokemon is Baxcalibur, we might lose. Unless I can miraculously either survive a hit from it, from Urshifu, and then kill it. Ooh, that's so much damage. Or outspeed Baxcalibur, which I'm not sure will happen. So if their last Pokemon's Baxcalibur, I might lose. If their last Pokemon's not Baxcalibur, I think I'm pretty confident. Once again, we've both Terrastalized now, but we at least know whatever they go into cannot Terrastalize. It's Scizor, okay. They're not going to Bullet Punch. We should be faster than a Scizor. Oh, this is where knowing my matchups would help. Although at the same time, I think Thundurus is great against Scizor. Oh, wow, they have Trailblaze. Wow, that's crazy. So I should have gone Aqua Jet there. I messed up big time by doing that. I think it should be fine. So we know they have Trailblaze. They're going to have Bullet Punch because they're Scizor. They possibly have a bug type move, maybe a fighting type move. If that's the case, we resist all of their moves with Thundurus. So let's see how good this Thundurus is. This is finally getting to try out my bulky setup Thundurus. I am max HP and max defense with an impish nature, so let's go for it. If they have Swords Dance though, this is going to be a problem. But if they don't, oh no, they have Swords Dance. Okay, Trailblaze, probably Bullet Punch. If their last move is like a dark type move, we are in trouble. Oh, nice, okay. We also have our Berry waiting for us, so we're at +2 attack, they are at and defense, they are at +2 attack. Now I'm just gonna go for it at this point, because like, if I set up too many, oh, they have Bug Bite, good to know. If I set up too many, oh, that's really smart, no way. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, okay, we win. That's awesome. Good thing for me, they were at full health, but that's insane. I think they pretty smartly read that I probably have a Berry. That was smart. That was great for my opponent. I never use Bug Bite on Scizor. I always use either U-turn or I like don't use a bug type move just because Steel and Bug are not great offensive types together. Like they don't complement each other super well. So I feel like it's always one or the other, and like, why wouldn't you run Bullet Punch? Or like I said, I run U-turn. So Bug Bite definitely has its uses in the meta. As you saw there, that was insane. But luckily for me, none of their moves could touch me. And we got to sweep with the Thundurus. And even though I don't have any attack investment, 2 Bulk Ups was able to get me to almost one-hit KO them with Supercell Slam. I didn't really talk about it either, but Supercell Slam, of course, is that new move from the Indigo Disk DLC, which does 100 base damage, physical move, which is really good. But it has 95 accuracy, and if you miss, you take, I think, half of your health in recoil. So it's pretty scary, but it did a lot of damage there. All right, well, that is the video. I am only doing 2 battles today. I wanted to do another one, but I actually have to go pretty soon, sadly. But this team was really fun, and I was doing really well with it. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. If you'd like to see more of the team, let me know. I mean, I might just keep playing it on the ladder because it was really fun, and honestly, it worked really well. And even though my team, once again, is slow, it's very, very slow, I was still able to kind of like take hits from enemies, make predictions and switch and stuff like that, and then set up for a sweep from Thundurus. And Thundurus was relevant in both games. Even that first game, even though Thundurus literally didn't do anything, again, its presence was there. So that was pretty cool. Let me know if you have suggestions as well for this type of set. Like, I just kind of threw it together and it seemed like it would be fun to try. I was like, Charge is probably not it. It's probably not very good, but you know, again, we're at the end of the meta. I just want to try whatever I can and just have fun with it. We never Terrastalize, but Water is once again a very good complementary Terra type for Electric and Flying, because Electric and Flying alone just really doesn't have very many weaknesses, and of course, when you Terra Water, you don't have the same weaknesses, so that's always nice. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love me some Thundurus, and Mamo didn't do anything, but I still have faith in Mamoswine. All the times that I've used it on my other teams, it has been solid. My friend Cheesecake, the Snorlax, didn't do anything, but he's another one that I just love this set. I want to keep playing it if I can. Incineroar is fantastic. Urshifu's as good as it looks. Whimsicott also didn't show its face very much here, but it's another strong Pokemon. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. I'm also looking to do other content, like to change my content. Not change it, but like to add different types of videos. I'm going to be on summer break pretty soon, so hopefully that'll give me time to do new types of content, stuff like that. You know, we're kind of in a lull for Scarlet and Violet right now because, you know, the games have been out for a while. The DLC is basically done at this point, and we're jumping into the restricted legendary meta, which is usually like the last meta or two of the games when they do that. So the life cycle for Scarlet and Violet is definitely dwindling, but I'm looking at other things I can do just to kind of like, you know, diversify my content and just have fun playing Pokemon. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, and if you want that team code for this team, let me know as well. Like I said, if more than one person, you know, says that they want a team code, I'll make it. Even if one person says it and they ask really nicely, maybe I'll do that as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like, please subscribe, and the last thing is please have a great day. We will see you soon.